watching from, of course, or good evening if you're like freaking in Australia or something. Some of my viewers are like in Australia, so I wouldn't be surprised one bit, one single bit. Well, we got a lot of news to discuss, a lot of news to discuss this morning. There's a lot going on in the world. We got the whole Thailand, Cambodia situation, which I'm sure a lot of Americans are still ignorant to because Epstein. But at the same time, they don't actually like to talk about all the kids that went missing at the border, which is really sad, really, really unfortunate that they don't want to even acknowledge the existence of that kind of disgusting behavior. But they do want to arrest Trump. That is for sure. That's one thing they can address. They can't address the kids that go missing at the border, but they can address Mr. Trump. They want him to be in prison. That's for damn sure. Damn sure. Hit the like, subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from when you join in. But let's wait for a couple people to join in. We got a lot going on right now. We got these crazy laws passing in the UK. And I hear that they're trying to spread to other EU nations. It's really effed up, I can't lie. The UK is pretty failed right now. I don't think I would go back there. Not unless I was paid a really, really large sum of money for something. Or if I was forced to for whatever reason. But the UK is not doing well at all. It's not doing well at all. You can't. Apparently, the new law passed. You can't even talk about how you don't want illegal immigrants to come to your country. They'll arrest you if you post it on Facebook. They're arresting people for Facebook posts. One lady got 3 years in prison for Facebook posts. One guy got 3 years in prison for grape. You think that's fucking right? That's disgusting. Failed society. Failed society. If you do something that disgusting, you should be put under the fucking prison. Sorry about my language, but if you do something like that, you should be put under the prison. Under the prison. Literally, under the prison. If you know what I mean. 6 feet under that prison. And you know what else we got going on? We got this trade deal. Trade deal. Oh, damn. The photo isn't so good, but trade deal. Let's see what else we got. That's another topic that we can talk about. But let's wait for some people to join in before we start talking about this 500 tons of food. Because that ain't exactly Trump's fault, just so you know. The last administration bought that food. They don't care if the last administration bought that food and held on to it for 4 years. Because Trump didn't do the work of distributing it. It's his fault. Biden should have sent it to Afghanistan and Pakistan. He bought it on the first day. Ever thought about that? It's not like this food was worth tens of millions of dollars anyway. It was valued at less than $1 million. Less than $1 million. This article says 130,000. I don't really know that. I think maybe that's the value to destroy it. Hello, Barbie. But the actual value of the 500 tons of food, I believe, is around $800,000. What is that food? Okay, so this food is basically for the children of Afghanistan and Pakistan. President Joe Biden bought this food, I believe, a couple years ago. It was bought under the Biden administration. They never sent it to Afghanistan or Pakistan. Never, ever. And now all the titles are being coming out saying, oh, Trump's burning $1.5 million. No, not dollars. 1.5 million children are losing food because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's burning 1.5 million children's food. He's burning their food. It's Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. How the hell is it Trump's fault when the Biden administration literally bought this food? If your administration buys food for someone, send food. Don't just keep it in storage and blame the next administration when it expires and then say, oh, Trump's destroying food for children. Trump's destroying food for children. No, that's not what freaking happened. Another article we got. Oh, the Trump administration is about to incinerate 500 tons of food. It's all about this first title. It's all about this title. They don't like to mention the fact that this is actually the Biden administration's food. They just like to say the Trump administration. They're just going to burn the food. They're just going to burn the food. Well, first off, they don't even like to talk about why they're burning the food. They just like to act like they're burning the food for nothing, but it's not for nothing. It's because this food expired. And you want to know why it expired? Because the Biden administration did not send the food to Pakistan and Afghanistan. Some liberals are so clueless, some leftist people are so clueless about this 500 tons of food that they're saying, oh, this food was for Gaza. It's for Gaza. It's for Gaza. Yada, yada, yada. Well, it's not for Gaza, first off. This food was never meant to go to Gaza. Second off, the Biden administration bought this food and they didn't send it. They did not send it. 500 metric tons of food. Yeah, it was supposed to save 1.5 million children. Why didn't the Biden administration send the food, huh? Well, of course, they're going to blame it on bureaucracy and all these processes that they have to go through and yada, yada, yada. You're the president. Send the food. Seriously. And also, they like to act like this food is worth like tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. It's insanity. Every single president is funding Israel in the last 50 or 60 years. That's not really the most intelligent question, but thank you for the question anyway, I guess. Hit the like, subscribe button, double tap that screen. We're just going to get into some topics today. I got a few new topics I want to talk about and discuss. But they just like to blame Trump, 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 Trump. Well, who bought the damn food? And if they need the food so badly, then they need the food back, then just buy it again. It's $800,000. That's pennies to the U.S. government. $800,000 is pennies to the U.S. government. No, it didn't expire due to Doge. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Jordan. This food was in a warehouse in Dubai. It was perfectly refrigerated in a warehouse in Dubai after U.S. aid was cut. It was in a warehouse after Trump cut U.S. aid. It was perfectly fine. It was refrigerated. It was 100% in good storage in Dubai. And it expired because the Biden administration did not send the food when they bought it years ago. They bought this food years ago, the Biden administration. 500 tons of it. It expired because they never sent it. They had so long, they had years to send this food, the Biden administration. Years. This was Biden's big project. It was Biden's big project. Trump had nothing to do with this project here. So blame it on Trump all you want. It makes no sense. If the Bidens bought this food, then why did they let it expire instead of sending it to Pakistan and Afghanistan? And a lot of the liberals and leftists and Democrats, whatever you want to call yourselves, don't even know who this food was for. Does this say Palestine? No. It does not say Palestine. It does not say Gaza. It says Afghanistan and Pakistan. Nothing about Gaza. You know how many questions and comments on TikTok I got? Oh, this food was meant for Gaza, for Gaza. No, it was never meant for Gaza. This was President Joe Biden's project for Afghanistan and Pakistan. This was not for Gaza. This was not Trump's plan. This was all Joe Biden's plan. Not for Gaza. You're right about something. Not for Gaza. But there's other stuff we can talk about here too as well. Let's see what else we got. What's this? Oh, here we go again. Meant for Afghanistan and Pakistan. Dismantling foreign aid programs, blah, blah, blah. It was fine. It was perfectly fine in storage. Perfectly fine in storage. Let's see what else we got. What else do we got here? President Trump is a real one. Even though that he doesn't mess with Elon anymore, he's still defending Elon. He's still defending Elon against France. He's a real one. He's sticking behind his no matter what. No matter what. Double tap that screen though, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know where you guys are coming from. And yeah, double tap that screen. He's sticking behind his people. I don't think this is Barron Trump's real Twitter. I don't think he has an official Twitter. The UK internet The internet bill is freaking ridiculous. People can't even use Discord. They can't use X. They got to enter their ID. You want to know why? You want to know why people on Discord and X got to enter their ID? It's not to help them. It's not to save them against real predators that are online. You want to know what it's for? It's to arrest them for posting about illegal immigration. If you post about illegal immigration, say, oh, I don't want illegal immigrants in my country, the UK will arrest you. The UK will arrest you. It's part of their new bill that they just passed. I'm not crying, brother. You're crying because you got Trump for the next 3.5 years. Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. Hit the like and subscribe button. If there's something you guys want to talk about, drop some super chats. All super chats will be read out loud, discussed, and talked about. Double tap that screen. It's really effed up what's happening in the UK. This is like a damn dictatorship. You can't even say that you stand against illegal immigration. Otherwise, it's not for the children. It's for arresting people that talk about illegal immigration. It's for people that talk about illegal immigration. Secret meetings with Maxwell? It's not secret. It's public information. It's public information about those meetings with Maxwell. And don't forget it. I like this one. Oh no, first Ozzy, now the Hulk. Is George Soros even in the damn thing? Is George Soros even in the damn thing? Come on, guys. You got to know the answer. Is George Soros even in the damn thing? Huh? Huh, guys? 500 tons of food. Blah, blah, blah. Trump, Trump, Trump. We can't forget who bought the food and who had years to send the food. Biden. Biden, Biden, Biden. That's right. Biden could have sent that food, but he didn't. That's why it expired. You guys are the bots, not me. Biden really let this freaking food expire. That's effed up. Appeal the Online Safety Act. 304,000 signatures. I'm sorry, UK. It's real messed up what's going on. Oh, we can't forget about this woman, I believe, and man that were attacked, racially attacked. This was racism, I believe, against the white people. And, you know, this was in Ohio. Pretty crazy stuff going on there. Did anyone else see this online? Because there is zero AP news stories, zero Fox, zero PBS, zero New York Times, zero, 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 zero. Thank God that we have X to actually show us stories like this, where unfortunately people are getting racially attacked. Racially attacked. Hit the like, subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. What city, what state. If you guys have anything you want me to read out loud, discuss, talk about, drop some super chats. I will read every single one out loud. It's really sad to see stories like this. I've been staying on one topic, but you guys don't have any questions or comments, so I'm going to keep the news moving. People don't have the biggest attention spans. But I do have some other news that I can definitely show you guys. Definitely more news to show you guys. Maxwell isn't getting pardoned, brother. She already got partial immunity. She got immunity so she can talk about what she wants to talk about without getting additional charges. She ain't getting pardoned, brother. Come back to this clip in a year and tell me about how she got pardoned. Because she ain't getting pardoned. That's for sure. So I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. But if you got any questions, any comments, anything you guys want to talk about, drop some super chats. We can't forget, we got Futurama, Family Guy, we got King of the Hill, and South Park. All new seasons coming. Isn't that crazy, guys? All new seasons. I'm actually excited. But if we have any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about, I'll engage with you if you drop a super chat. We're getting hundreds of thousands of comments. Thousands of comments are coming. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about, just drop a super chat. I will read it out loud. Or if it's a good enough comment and I actually see it, yeah, South Park is hilarious. It would be funny if they dropped an episode about Hunter Biden smoking crack and Kamala Harris being an alcoholic. I would love that. But they're all funny regardless. If you can't take a joke, you're a snowflake. If you can't take a joke, you're a freaking snowflake. But let me know where you guys are coming from. Double tap the screen. Will Newscomb run in 2028? That's a good question. Yeah, I do get thousands of comments per live stream. That is factual information. But yeah, do I think Newsom will run in 2028? I don't know about all that, honestly. I really don't know. Hopefully not, because he would lose. I don't know who would win the primaries, him or AOC. I hope to think neither, but who knows. Let me know where you guys are from. Smash that like, subscribe button. Maybe Trump can't take a joke. I don't know. I have no clue. But hit that like button, guys. Let me know where you guys are coming from. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about, discuss, let me know in the comments if it's good, if I see it. If I see the comment, I'll read it out loud. But all super chats are highlighted, talked about, discussed. So just let me know. Let's put this one on next. The Clintons invited Epstein to the White House 17 times. But the Democrats think the guy that kicked out Epstein out of his country club is the PDF file. I love immigrants. I love immigrants. They're some of the best people in the country. I just don't like illegal immigrants. Just don't like illegal immigrants jumping over the border. This was the original Big Beautiful Bill. The original Big Beautiful Bill. Yeah, Trump is on those flight logs. It says he went from New York to Florida, never left the country. But apparently we didn't read the same flight logs. This is a photo of Clinton. I don't know if he's transgender. You should ask him. Hit that like, subscribe button. Well, I have articles I've been sharing, but apparently you haven't been here the whole time. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want me to talk about, hello, brother of the road. Any questions, comments, anything you guys want me to talk about, just drop some super chats. But look, this is the original Big Beautiful Bill. The Clintons invited Epstein to the White House 17 times, but the Democrats think the guy that kicked Epstein out of his country club is the PDF file. Hilarious. Isn't that crazy? I'm sure some of you guys do love it. The other half of you guys probably hate it. EU trade deal. That's right, sir. That's a fantastic deal. Trump already brought over $7 trillion into our country. $7 trillion. Over $500 billion in investment just with the EU. And with the Arab nations, he brought in trillions, literally. If you want to read the full details, it's all online, by the way. Or if you have any questions about it, I can educate you guys on it. But you got to drop some super chats. Super chats, any and all questions will be answered and read out loud. This guy is just saying big numbers. Well, apparently you don't know how to use a search engine out there called Google. There's a search engine online. Maybe it's something new. Maybe you haven't heard of it yet. It's only been around for the last, 20 or 30 years. It's called Google. And it's a search engine where you can look everything up. And there's multiple articles by multiple news sources. And you can read them and you can find the information there. Did you guys know that? It's all there. It only takes about a minute or two. It's really like a new thing out there. And you can get all the information you ever would want. You don't have to go to a library and read. All you got to do is use this new thing. It's called Google. It's really cool, guys. You should go check it out. Imagine if we still had to use books to look up everything. You guys would be lost. You guys would be lost in the sauce. You wouldn't even be able to know what's going on anymore. Trump's Middle East tour. I love this meme. This is pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Pam Bondi never confirmed Trump in those files. That's more bullshit from the Wall Street Journal. They never did any sources. They never showed any evidence. Like, they never showed any evidence that that was Trump's birthday card. If Trump had a birthday card, why didn't they show the card? Huh? Ever thought about that? Ever used your brain and thought, oh, why didn't they show the card? Did you ever think about that? Not even for a second, huh? You never questioned why they didn't show the actual birthday card. Figures. Figures. I would believe Trump's in those files before I believed that birthday card was real. That was a sack of fake shit right there. But, you know, I would actually believe he's in those files before I believed that birthday card was real. Maybe he's in those files because he hung out with Epstein a few times, but he actually didn't do any PDF activity. But anyone that does PDF activity, throw their ass in the wood chipper. Give them the death penalty. I 100% believe in the death penalty. Unlike Joe Biden, that, you know, got all those PDF files off death row. I do believe in the death sentence. I know Joe Biden took, 37 PDF files off death row, but I would never do that. I would put them in the wood chipper. I would do the exact opposite. I would instantly give him the penalty instead of just taking him off the penalty. Also, we can't forget Joe Biden actually gave clemency to one guy that killed a mother and an 8-year-old. This guy got out in 2025 out of prison. So, I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying. They hate when you compare presidents. They hate when you talk about the past presidents, when you talk about Obama or Biden, because then it shows their double standards. It shows the hypocrisy. It shows the hypocrisy of, their bullshit. Because if you compare how one president ran and the other one ran, then you can see that there's double standards and there's hypocrisy everywhere. They freaking hate that. They freaking hate that. This is live, buddy. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you guys want me to talk about, drop some super chats. Can't forget this. 1.4 trillion. One deal. How many trillions did Biden bring into the United States? Can anyone tell me? Someone said it wasn't live. I'm just saying. How many billions did Biden into the country? Double tap that screen. We got 318 people in here and only 18 likes. I know you guys don't all hate me. So drop some super chats. Double tap that screen. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Smash the like button. What city, what state are you guys watching from? We got Lauren with full-on Trump derangement syndrome. Glad to see that you're up early. Getting all pissed off about Trump. I love it. You said that 6 months ago. You said, remember in 6 months when the economy is tanking. Now it's 6 months later and the stock market and the economy is booming. Now you're saying, oh, in 6 months, wait when the economy is tanking. They're going to be saying that every 6 months, about the next 6 months, for the next 3.5 years. Shout out Vancouver. MAGA is not quiet, brother. We're anything but quiet. Anything but quiet. Release the files. Trump is releasing them soon. When Trump finally does release those files, you're just going to say, oh, fake, fake, fake. Does anyone want to hear a theory of mine about the files? I got a new theory to tell you guys. Is anyone interested to hear about those files? Let's remove the green screen real quick. Let's get serious. Does anyone have any questions, comments, anything they want to talk about, or is this chat just purely Trump derangement? Purely Trump derangement? Okay, some of you want to hear my theories. One of you guys wants to hear my theory. You are interested, Jason. You join every single live stream. You're 100% interested in anything I got to say. Smash that like button. That's right. Let's get the 30 likes or someone drop a super chat and I will tell you. If you want to debate, Lauren, you can join my Discord. There's 127 people in my Discord, and they're not all Trump supporters either. A lot of them hate Trump. It's probably 50-50. If you want to hear the theory, double tap the screen. I'll tell you what I think about the Epstein files. If you have any questions or thoughts you want me to talk about, drop some super chats. You didn't even hear my theory yet, and you're automatically saying full of shit just because you don't like Trump. That's real intelligent, huh? Real intelligent. What cherry picking? Is it cherry picking because I'm not showing enough CNN and MSNBC? Sure, Lauren, maybe I'll have you on my live. Maybe. But you got to join my Discord first, because that's how I can send you a link to join. Otherwise, how am I going to send you a link to join? These people are nuts, bro. Yup. Tell me about it. Why are they up so early just to hate on? Why are they up so early just to leave comments about a man they hate? If you guys want to hear my theory, get us to 35 likes. We have 271 people in here. That means just 10% of you guys got to want to hear the theory. Less than 10% of you guys. So, what the hell is White Tiger Kingdom? What the hell does that mean? I don't give a damn if it's a grandma, if it's a guy that's 99 years old. If you enter the country illegally, you should fully be expected to be deported. 4 more likes, 2 more likes. I'll tell you guys about the theory. But if you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want me to talk about, don't forget to drop a super chat. Every single super chat will be read out loud. 1 more like, and I'm going to give you guys a theory about maybe Trump doing 3D chess, because you got to think, Trump probably thinks ahead of everyone. He thinks ahead of everyone, and everything. So when it comes to this whole situation about these files, maybe he was talking to Elon Musk. Maybe here's how it started. Maybe him and Elon were talking every day, every couple days, however often they talk. When Elon was working with Doge and hanging out with Trump every day, maybe they were sitting back saying, okay, so how are we going to release these Epstein files? There's a lot of bad people on here, and the Republicans have already called multiple times for these files to be released. The Democrats really never cared and they don't really want the release. So how can we get them to release these files? And Trump and Elon were talking, and Elon said, well, you used to hang out with Epstein here and there, and you guys do have a lot of pictures together. What if we just troll the internet? What if we just get the internet to get really pissed off because they already have Trump derangement syndrome? What if we get them to have Trump derangement syndrome about the Epstein information? That way we can release all the court scripts. All the judges can release all the court scripts and transcripts and the Maxwell list and all the information and all the court files. Maybe we control the internet. Maybe we can use this Trump derangement syndrome possibly to actually convince the Democrats, to convince their own party, and to convince basically both parties to release the transcripts and the court documents and the lists and all the information they got. Maybe we can actually convince them by, trolling them and acting like you're on the list. So Trump was probably like, Elon Musk, that's a pretty good idea. You're a pretty smart guy. Maybe we can bait them into acting like I'm on the list so we can release the list. And then Trump said, okay, what do we do next? Elon's like, okay, when I leave here, we got a plan. I'm going to leave here soon. And when I leave here, then we're going to convince people that you and this guy were together. We're going to put out, all this information. I'm going to act like we're in a fight. I'm going to tweet, Trump is on that list. That's where this theory could have probably started. Elon probably was in cahoots possibly with Trump about this. Once again, this is just a theory. This is just a theory. And so maybe they were thinking about that, and Elon was like, okay, I'm going to tweet this about you. I'm going to tell him you're on the list, and we're going to start, poking the bear. We're going to start poking the bear, and then Then they started with the media and the different stuff like that. No, this isn't the whole theory. I'm going to give you guys two different theories of how it went down. This is the first theory. So yeah, then he started poking the bear. He's like, okay, now everyone's saying release the list. Both parties are now saying release the list. The Democrats, for the first time, care about releasing the list. This is a dumb theory. Well, brother, this is a theory. We can't rule out anything. But maybe you'll like the second theory better. But let's finish with the first theory. Then he's getting all these people talking about it. He's gathering more and more documents. Now he's trolling people saying there's no list. He's agitating the news in any way possible. He's agitating, he's agitating, he's agitating, he's agitating. He knows how the media works. He knows about the news cycle more than anyone else. Why wouldn't he fully understand how they're going to perceive him and how they're going to talk about him? Congrats on coming out as trans. I'm not trans. I'm a natural born man. And there's only man and there's only woman. So then they started agitating the media, acting like he was in those files, involving with this whole situation. But Trump secretly wants to release this list. That way he can release all these Democrat names and even Republican names because he's about clearing the swamp. Isn't that what he ran on? He ran on exposing deep state government and cleaning the swamp out. So maybe this is all part of the big plan. Now, this is just a theory. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying I believe in it. This is just, a very slim possibility that this is true. So he agitates the media. He makes all these crazy stories come out about him. He purposely makes himself look suspicious. He gets all these people to talk about him. He gets podcasters. He gets his friends to talk about him on multiple podcasts and question what he's doing. And then he, agitates. Now he has both parties moving in the same direction that he secretly wants these files to be released. But he's acting like he doesn't want them to be released sometimes. And then all of a sudden, a couple days ago, he said he is going to release those files. He is going to get those court documents. He is going to get those transcripts. And that's a whole thing that's going on, Anybody like Clinton or Trump that flew on that plane, they were friends with Epstein, needs to be in prison. So you need to be in prison just because you're friends with someone, not because you committed a crime? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you believe? Because I don't think you should go to prison for being friends with a bad person. Raise your hand if you've ever been friends with a criminal before and you really didn't realize how bad some of the shit they were doing was. I've never been friends with anyone like this guy before, but that's sure in the hell not the case for everyone. Some people have been. Many people were friends with Diddy. Barack Obama was friends with Diddy. Should he go to jail for Diddy's crimes? I don't know if Clinton should go to prison. I don't have any evidence or proof of his crimes. And I'm also not the judge. That's not up to me. Trump was never convicted of rape. Definitely not criminally convicted of any sexually related crimes. Should Clinton go to prison, in my opinion? I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it because I haven't seen any of the crimes he's committed. He's definitely a deviant. We know what Clinton did in the Oval Office, but is that a crime? That was a consenting adult. Unless there's actually evidence that Clinton did rape or something that the children, then we really can't put him in jail because we don't have evidence of it. We really don't have evidence of it. Anyway, that's kind of my first theory, that Trump is really secretly kind of controlling the narrative, because who's really especially intelligent at controlling narratives and getting people to do exactly what they want, even if it's subconsciously? Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a genius. Even if you hate him, he can control the narrative extremely easy. Trump loves America, not children. That's right. He loves America, not children. By the way, guys, this photo is photoshopped, just in case you don't know. Trump sniffs bike seats in the park. I think you meant to say Biden sniffs children, because that's exactly what Biden does. He sniffs children every single day of the week, pretty much, live on television. That's how I know you guys really don't care about the children, because if you did, you would be a little bit suspicious, at the very least, of Biden. Anyone that actually has concern for children, yeah, this is photoshopped. Epstein doesn't have legs. I mean, even a lot of the Democrats are smart enough to know that this photo is photoshopped. Where is Epstein's legs? I don't have to have metadata. This is a well-known photoshopped image. Look it up. Does this look like Trump's face? Does this look, I mean, it looks a little bit like it, but it almost looks cartoonish. It looks too perfect. But anyway, this entire image is fake. There's 3 different variants of it. 3 different variants. The entire image is faked. Brother, I've done my research. This entire photo is fake, but you can call it real if you want. There are real photos of Epstein and women together, but does that mean you committed a crime? Does a picture with a woman mean you committed a crime? Anyway, do you guys want to hear the second theory? Maybe, I think you guys will like this theory a bit better, but I think the first theory might be a 3D chess move. Trump might be controlling the narrative. He might be inciting the mainstream media. I don't have the metadata. Why would I have metadata? I didn't create this photo. You don't even know how metadata works. Just look on Google. And it doesn't matter anyway. If you guys want to say it's real, you can say it's real. It still doesn't prove a crime. A photo like this doesn't prove a crime. It's just Trump, a girl, and Epstein. Does that prove a crime? No, the last theory is not really off the rails. If you know how the media works, if you've been in the media game and a celebrity for the last 70 years, you might be surprised how much you know about how the media works and how the fake news stories work. Doesn't matter if the chats are savage. Trump is the president. The majority of people would vote for Trump again. So snack on that. Millions more people voted for this guy than Harris. And these pictures have already been out for a long time. Trump had 34 felonies, and the majority of Americans still voted for Trump. You're still going to get Trump for the next 3.5 years. And even if Trump got removed, you're just going to have J.D. Vance, and he's going to go 100 times harder on your ass because you removed his brother, Trump. So, really doesn't matter. You owe me an apology about the UK. Turns out I was right. What are we talking about? The UK crime rates? Or what are we talking about? And I appreciate you apologizing because I'm not right about everything. But if someone tells me I'm wrong, I'd like to hear a source. But what are we talking about? I appreciate your maturity. Admitting you're wrong sometimes is a huge sign of maturity. If you say you're always right, then you're not always right. Trust me, no one is always right. Trump got millions more votes than Harris. The majority of the voters voted for Trump. If there's anything you want me to read out loud, talk about, discuss. So what are we talking about here, Pink Diamond? We're talking about how the UK has a higher crime rate than the United States per 100,000 people? Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, you want to hear about the second theory? The second theory, there's also a third theory. Of course, the third theory is obvious. He is a, whatever you call him. He likes children, whatever. That's the third theory. So we're not even going to get into it. That's the you're right theory. But I think if the mainstream media doesn't want you to know the truth, they care about clicks and likes. Now, the UK is fried. A lot of people don't realize that the UK has a higher crime rate than the United States. Yes, per 100,000 people, the UK has a higher crime rate. Trump did a huge deal with the EU. So let's get into the second theory. The second theory is that Trump is on that list, but he's not a PDF file, and he actually does want the list to come out. Or, he's trying to cover up a little bit because he doesn't want this Russia situation. Or maybe, one of his buddies did something, or maybe someone he knows did something like that. But he is on the list, like Elon says. Elon is telling the truth. But in that list, there's no evidence of PDF activity. It's just him on the list. It's just him mentioned with Epstein at Mar-a-Lago. And it's that kind of situation going on. And there's just a few weird things in the list. And a few weird things that are making him act suspicious, act weird. Maybe Elon wasn't lying. Maybe this guy is on the list. But maybe it's just on the list referring to him and Epstein hanging out and never mentions anything about him going to that island or anything with those children or anything like that. But It's an interesting theory at the very least. So maybe he is somewhat involved with this guy. Maybe he knew something. Maybe he knew that some rumors or some suspicions. Maybe there's a few shady things on that list about this guy, but maybe none of it is relating to PDF activity. He's not a convicted PDF file, and also there's no evidence against him, so I don't know what you mean by defend a PDF. He's not a convicted PDF file. Only one of these guys is a disgusting PDF file. And by the way, if I was the president, or, I seen any guys like this, I'm putting their ass in the wood chipper. I'm not like President Joe Biden. I'm not going to pardon murderers and rapists and let them off death row or let them walk around the streets. I think they should be put right in the wood chipper. Hit the like, subscribe button, though, guys. Stormy Daniels owes Trump $600,000. So, there's that. But let's move on to some other interesting topics. This is getting a little bit boring. Unless you guys want to hear a third theory, you guys want to hear about the third disturbing theory that you love so much that, he is guilty, yada, yada, yada. But I don't got too much to say about that because I think that's far from the truth. I think one of the first two theories is probably more likely. It's more likely that there is either one of his friends, family, or some people that he knows, or blackmail, or some stuff like that, or maybe Israel. Maybe Israel, the CIA, the FBI, a bunch of those people are involved. That's kind of part of my second theory. When I say maybe some things are in that list that are suspicious involving, him, but he's not a PDF file. That's my third theory, or my second theory. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about, anything you want me to read out loud, anything you want me to discuss, drop some super chats. I will talk about it. I read every single super chat out loud. Or do you guys want to go off this topic completely for a second? Or do you want to kind of stay on it? Because I do have something I want to talk about regarding this kind of situation that the Democrats like to say that it's bullshit and it's fake and blah, blah, blah. But this is serious matters. We can't victim shame, first off, like the Democrats say. Second off, we can't ignore this stuff is happening. We cannot ignore this stuff is happening. Let's see. I'm trying to find the article here. Trying to find the article. Let's see. But once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want me to read out loud, drop some super chats. I'll just pull up this one. Here. 300,000 children have gone missing at that border under Border Czar Harris. Corn is not sugar, Randy. Corn is not sugar. I actually care about the children. I actually make multiple videos talking against this kind of shit because I know exactly what open border policy leads to. It leads to this kind of shit. Border Czar Harris never visited the border. You want to know why these 300,000 illegal children have gone missing? Because Border Czar Harris never visited the border. It's not all about Trump. A lot of it's traveling content, talking and discussing, but it's also a political channel as well. $300,000 kids went missing. Yeah, but you know what's specifically bad for children? I know Republicans aren't perfect for children either, but you know what's specifically really bad for human trafficking? Really, really bad for trafficking. Open borders. Open borders are horrible for children and trafficking. Open borders lets the cartel come into the United States from people from other countries, South America, Mexico, all kinds of things. And it just lets them come in and traffic and sell these children. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting activity. Cash App? Question mark. Yeah, not many smart people, doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, agree with open borders. There's a reason Obama deported so many people. Now that we're on the subject of open borders, let's go to the next slide. I'll show you guys the next slide. Because the next slide is pretty important and pretty relevant, but they hate when you talk about it because apparently the Democrats are really triggered when you talk about Biden or Obama. They say, well, Obama's not president, Biden's not president. Yeah, yet there is still a very valid purpose why I'm talking about them quite frequently to show the double standards and the hypocrisy of the left. Fact check. U.S. deported more than 3 million people during the Obama presidency. Most did not have a chance to plead in court. I want to debate you, but can you stop spamming or you're going to be removed? I'm not dropping this live stream to put you in here because you're begging. We got to set up a time and a schedule for it. My schedule isn't free right now. I put my time aside right now to go live by myself and talk about it. Maybe we can have you on in a little bit, maybe like an hour or two, I'll see. Probably not, probably tonight. I have a schedule for everything. I don't just drop everything I'm doing and do whatever you ask. You didn't even drop a super chat. Maybe if you dropped the super chat to actually debate me right now, right here, yeah, sure. But begging is not going to get you anywhere. Of course Trump cares about the U.S. You really think Biden cared more about the U.S. than Trump? Hit that like, subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. We're almost at 8,000 subscribers. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers now. 8,000 was like a week ago. We're at 10,000 almost now. I'm not ignoring you. I saw your comment the first time, but I'm not dropping everything right now, right here. I'll message you on Discord. Lauren, you legitimately don't have any money. So keep crying all you like. But if you're going to be disrespectful and rude, that's not how you get on my channel. I have 10,000 subscribers. I don't have to have you on here. Plenty of other people that ask to be on my channel and debate me. Plenty of other people. There's 100. You can see the Discord yourself. You don't think any of those other people want to be on the channel? What are you talking about, Trump in Scotland? You're in Beirut? Why are you in Beirut? Why do you care about U.S. politics if you're in Beirut? Are you even a U.S. citizen? Because I really don't understand the purpose of debating foreign nationals. They don't have America first interest. Pink Diamond, a lot of people have money at the moment. A lot of people have money. If you're on vacation, then why are you screaming at me to debate me? Shouldn't you be enjoying your time? Pink Diamond, anyone that's working hard right now has money, I promise you. Doesn't seem like you're relaxing to me. Seems like you're freaking the fuck out because Trump is your president. But anyway, 3 million people deported during Obama's presidency. No riots against ICE, no burning of cars, zero. No one was burning cars down. No one was burning cars down, nothing. They aren't up 3%. Even if they were up 3%, we're going to forget about how groceries were up 35% in one single year under Biden? Brother, you can't scroll in this article. This is a well-known fact. Even if I could scroll down, you would just be more pissed off because it says 80% of them received no due process. No court hearings, no immigration hearings, nothing. You would just start screaming at that point saying, fake article, fake article. Brother, this is not a scrolling thing. I read the entire article. You can't scroll. This is just a screenshot. Yeah, it costs money for presidents to go places. If you keep spamming, I'm going to remove you. Shouldn't you be enjoying your vacation instead of freaking the fuck out that Trump is your president? Biden spent tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, and 40% of his presidency, he was on vacation, Joe Biden. 40% of his presidency. 40% of his presidency. So talk about that. Biden did no deals. How many trillions of dollars did Biden bring into the country? Yes, hundreds of millions of dollars. Yep, 40% of his presidency was spent on vacation. Fun fact, Biden has the most vacation days of any president in history. Biden has more vacation days than any president in presidential history. In presidential history. It's not a vacation, by the way. Can we quit calling it a vacation? He did a $550 billion deal for money to come into America. Who cares about Biden and Obama's hypocrisy? We got to talk about Trump. We can't talk about double standards. I'll talk about what I want. It's my channel, and if you don't like it, you can leave. It's not a claim, it's a fact. Once again, can anyone answer how many billions, how many trillions, how many trillions of dollars did Biden bring into the economy? Any answers? Any answers? Can anyone answer? I'm waiting. All of you Democrats and Biden supporters, can any one of you tell me how many trillions of dollars Biden brought into the economy? Or how many trillions of dollars did he lose in the economy? Please tell me. You guys don't care about the double standards. I'm quoting you guys. Hit the like, subscribe button. Brother, this isn't an airport. You don't got to announce your departure. This is not an airport. You don't got to announce your departure. Nobody cares. Trump has done more in 6 months. Border bringing in trillions of dollars, tariffs, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. That is right. Crimson. I'm talking about how much money of investment did Biden bring in. I'm not talking about tax income. I'm talking about investment. How much foreign investment did Biden bring back into the United States? No one has an answer because the answer is none. Yeah, Trump wish he could deport this many people, but CNN and MSNBC are screaming, Trump's going to deport 10 million. 10 million people he's going to deport. Yeah, I wish he would deport 10 million. I wish he would deport 10 million. Once again, why do people in Britain and Beirut give a damn about the United States? I really don't understand. It's really none of your business. You would never be American first. You're not an American citizen. If tariffs hurt the economy so badly, why do other countries put higher tariffs on us first? No Democrat has ever answered this question. No, every Democrat refused to answer me. I say, why do other countries put higher tariffs on the U.S. first if it hurts their economy for the people putting the tariffs? I'm waiting for an answer. I'm not mad. I'm happy as hell. Trump is my president for 3.5 more years. Your whole country is a mistake. Should we talk about the UK for a second? They just passed the internet bill. Pink Diamond, you can't even post about how you're against illegal immigration. If you post you're against illegal immigration now in the UK, they put your ass in prison. In prison. Straight to the gulag for posting that you don't like illegal immigrants coming to your country. So you have no freedom of speech. I don't want to hear about, oh, because, anything you do hurts our country. Your country is now hurt beyond repair. You don't got to worry about your economy or anything about that. Cry about how you don't have freedom of speech. The internet bill recently just passed. Let's pull that up for a second. Let's talk about the UK since they love talking about us so much. Where is it? Is this it? Hold on. Is this it? Oh, yeah, this is it. This is a full attack on the internet by the UK and the EU. Disguised for the children requires ID for Discord and X. Restricts internet access. Says it's for the children. Elite police squad to monitor anti-migrant posts. It ain't anti-migrant. If you post that you're against illegal immigration, your ass is going to prison. Read that right there. Hey, Pink Diamond, you can criticize your government as much as you like, but the one thing you can't criticize is illegal immigrants coming into your country. Pink Diamond, I dare you right now. No balls. You will not comment that you are against. You already actually made an anti-immigration post. You said that you don't want an open border, Pink Diamond. Don't think I don't remember that. Should I call the UK Prime Minister right now and have your ass locked up? No, I'm not mean like that. I won't do that. But don't think I didn't see your anti-immigration post. You got to be careful, Pink Diamond. You got to be careful. Because I saw what you said. That was an anti-immigration post. You're looking at prison time for that. Serious prison time. So be careful. Don't be saying that kind of shit online. It's not safe out there for you. It's not safe out there for you. I'm being serious. I'm trolling you. I'm trolling you 20%, but the 80% of me is actually worried for you. Holy shit! Did you just say that you're against illegal immigration? Holy shit! Please, I'm being serious. Do not say that again. Do not say that again. I'm literally serious. They are watching you. Big Brother of Great Britain is watching you. They have a whole squad of elite police monitoring anti-immigration posts. We do have the same opinions, but the scary thing is that you can get arrested for it. Hit that like, subscribe button. At least rent in Canada is like $2,500 Canadian a month. That sounds like a good price to me. No, I don't want anyone in prison. And I'm against illegal immigrants too. So why would I get you arrested when I also hate illegal immigration? Oh my God. Hopefully you're not in prison. Holy shit. You're not scared yet? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a brave guy, but I would be pretty scared if I had this channel, my channel that I have, and I was in the UK. I legitimately think I'd be arrested probably within a week. Probably within the week, I would be arrested for making these kind of posts. I love all people from all races, religions. It doesn't matter to me. I just don't like illegal immigrants. I mean, there's already been a couple people arrested for these anti-immigration posts. One lady got 3 years in prison for her Facebook post in the UK. And then one guy that was an illegal immigrant, he went to jail, I think it was for grape. He got 3 years in prison. How the frig do you get 3 years in prison for grape, but also 3 years in prison for a Facebook post? That's effed up. It's because you don't like illegal immigration. That's why they're rattled by you. It's not about you versus me. It's the fact that you publicly said here that you don't like illegal immigrants. And that really pissed them off. It's all on the internet, Crimson. I'm not a UK specialist, but you can ask Pink Diamond about the names of some people that got arrested for their Facebook. Yeah, I'll find the full article and talk about it later today. But guys, join my Discord. We got 127 people in the Discord. It's not really a rebuttal. I just tell people to do their own research. Is this Canada specific? Canada isn't a part of the EU. Funny enough, I don't know if it was a meme or a joke, but I heard that Canada wants to join the EU. You guys are going hard. Give Pink Diamond a little bit of respect. At least anti-illegal immigration. She's brave. She can literally get arrested for her comments about illegal immigrants. But she'd commented anyway. "34 fake felonies." I know lots of immigrants and I know lots of Mexicans. They're all legal immigrants. Hell, I even know some illegal immigrants that changed their status to legal ones. They changed their status. They were illegal and then they became legal. You are fighting the good fight, but just don't post on Facebook. You might be safe from these people. That's right. Show a little bit of respect on Pink Diamond's name. That sounds like a stripper's name, by the way, but no judgment. Thank you, Liberty. I try to be entertaining. The channel, I think, is growing fast for a reason. It's not, it's for a reason. I'm pretty entertaining. Even people that literally hate Trump literally come to support me. That shows you a lot. They say that I crack them up and I'm entertaining even though they hate Trump. They drop super chats. They support the channel. It's quite hilarious, actually. He really thinks you'd be in prison for social media posts. That's wild. Brother, you know how to read? You know how to use Google? Thought you were a pretty intelligent guy, but apparently you haven't heard about the UK. Some family got arrested for criticizing the public school system in the UK on Facebook. So that's not even political. You really can't criticize the government or illegal immigration in the UK. I love hearing other perspectives as well. It only annoys the living shit out of me when people from like the UK or other countries act like they're better than us when they literally have shit like this going on. I don't cover up for his wrongdoings. I just say what I think. I know Trump has wrongdoings. He's not perfect. Every politician has wrongdoings. But I think he's a lot better than Harris. But he's not perfect. And I also believe innocent until proven guilty. I know that might not exist in the Commonwealth of the UK, but Anyway, can we get the 50 likes? I'm probably going to end this in a couple minutes unless someone drops a super chat or has any great questions or comments. Just a reminder. Oh, damn. They're going to fine you and imprison you. Hey, I appreciate you supporting the channel. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone and anyone that watches my channel. It doesn't matter if you like or subscribe. Of course, that helps a lot more. If you do, smash that like button and subscribe. But even if you just watch, it does help. Trump is releasing the list. Thank you for subscribing. He is releasing that list, but I already said my full theory about this again, so I'm not going to get into it. $100 what so far? Crimson, do you want to bet on that? Here, let's pull up another article, another statistics. You know, you can actually bet money that the list isn't going to release, but your odds aren't looking too good, to be quite frank with you. Here, let me pull up the article. Where is the article? Hold the door. Hold the front door. Here we go. Would you like to put money on that, Crimson? Would you like to put money on that? Doesn't look like winning odds statistically according to this gambling site. And in my personal opinion, I think it's above 59%. Also, this number might have changed because, you know, Trump said a lot of things since then. He is going to release it. He's going to release it on his own time when he has the complete court documents and the transcripts. But the Democrats won't put their money where their mouth is. They ain't going to bet no, it ain't releasing. Because then they're going to lose a shit ton of money. Biden and Harris did not release the list. But if you say that, all they're going to tell you is, well, they didn't run on it. Why the hell does it matter if they ran on it? Don't you care about exposing PDF files, or do you just care about arresting Trump? We just wish they could be honest. Apparently, Crimson doesn't watch the news. It's literally been like 4 days, maybe 3 days since he said he's releasing the information. Obama didn't release it in his first term. We can play this game. Obama didn't release it on his first term. Bush didn't release the information. Bush was president when Epstein got arrested for the first time in 2006 and got charged. Bush released zero information. Then Obama was president, zero information. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up, but I'm personally inviting every single one of you to the Discord. Discord is link in the bio. We got 127 people in there. And they're not all Trumpers. They're bipartisan people. We even got people from other countries. I really don't know why they're, talking about our politics, but have a great day, everyone. You want me to stay in the live, or what are you talking about? Mars, Zaymaster, Pink Diamonds, Randy, Young Wolf, everyone, join the Discord. Link in the bio. I'll be there. We can talk one-on-one. I'm sure there's other Trump deranged people in there as well, and some Trump people that support Trump, but a lot of Trump derangement as well. It's craziness. But yeah, Peace out, everybody. You don't got to support me. You're already viewed. I appreciate it. Have a great Monday, everybody. What are these comments saying? Every powerful person on earth is guilty. I mean, hasn't everyone committed a crime? You've committed a crime just by talking about illegal immigration, Pink Diamond, so you're also guilty. Everyone's at least, broke the speed limit here or there. Hit that like, subscribe button. I guess we're all born sinners, right? Peace out, guys. Talk to me in the Discord. I'm going to head out now. Don't forget, smash that like and subscribe